It's kind of pathetic. That's why I said about the generation before my son's generation.
Gervonta Tank Davis is no stranger to controversy, but his latest statements have taken things to another level. His recent interview sent shockwaves through the boxing world, igniting fierce reactions from experts who wasted no time in voicing their opinions. Gervonta Tank Davis has been criticized for years for avoiding top-level opponents, and his latest statement has only intensified the debate. In a recent interview, he admitted that he turned down a fight with Devin Haney when Turki Alalshik first reached out. He explained that Haney's team made it clear from the beginning that Devin was their priority, which led him to believe that if the fight went to a decision, the judges would favor Haney.
Are you just not interested in fighting over there?
It's not that, but they came at me wrong the first time they ever came at me, which they said I will fight Devin. And then when he was saying like Devin was his guy. So I'm like, if Devin your guy, y'all gotta pay me now, extra. Like, cause I already know what I'm coming over there, you feel me? I gotta get the knockout. If not, y'all gonna give it to him. So that's what made me like, oh yeah, I see what's going on.
Davis emphasized that if he were to take the fight, he needed a significantly higher payout. He justified this by saying that Haney's team had the financial resources to make it happen. His comments have only strengthened the claims made by Bill Haney, who has repeatedly accused him of avoiding high-caliber opponents.
So now, give me 2 or 4 or 3 Ferraris. If not, ain't no point in me going over there for.
Bill Haney has been outspoken about Gervonta Davis's choice of opponents, openly criticizing the level of competition he faces. He dismissed Davis's upcoming fight against Lamont Roach as irrelevant, arguing that it does nothing to prove Tank's greatness.
No, I think Tank is avoiding real boxers. Right? He's avoiding them for a reason, right? I think that
he wants to keep his perfect record.
Yeah, I think that's a 50 fight, 50-50 fight.
Haney also downplayed Davis's previous victory over Frank Martin, implying that it wasn't a significant win. According to him, Davis constantly avoids the toughest fights, choosing lesser-known opponents instead of stepping up against elite competition. Haney believes that for Tank to solidify his legacy, he needs to take on the best in the division rather than handpicking fights that favor him.
Who was he? Who did he beat again?
Frank Martin.
And that's who? Who was he? Frank Martin, you said?
Yeah.
Who are these guys, man?
Are you saying that the Tank is fighting a bunch of nobodies? Is this what you're saying? That's what it sounded like.
You don't know who they are. You know what I'm saying?
I know, but I'm not a boxing guy like you are.
Yeah, he's only 30,000 years old right now. I think, geez, man, when is he gonna fight somebody?
Paulie Malignaggi has been vocal in his criticism of Gervonta Davis, arguing that Tank's career has been built on fighting weaker opponents. While he acknowledges Davis's talent, he believes that many of his matchups lack real competition.
Like Gervonta's a very good fighter. I criticize the matchups not because I don't like Gervonta Davis, because I feel like he's so good that I want to see him against somebody like him. Why should I have to watch? If I know that a python is a dangerous animal, and I got to see a python take on an alligator, I'll say, okay, but why do I got to watch a python taking on a turkey or a rooster or a chicken? Why do I got to watch that?
According to Malignaggi, watching Tank face fighters with little chance of winning has become frustrating. He questions why someone as skilled as Davis isn't consistently stepping into the ring against the best in the division. In his view, the decisions surrounding Davis's fights seem to prioritize financial gain over the integrity of boxing.
So you're just recycling the same move over and over again. We're not even progressing. So you're killing the sport to line your pockets. And the people that run your business are killing the sport to line your pockets.
Davis's recent statement further aligns with Malignaggi's criticism, indirectly revealing why he avoids high-risk fights. He admitted that his biggest fear is public humiliation, making it clear that he is unwilling to put himself in situations where he could suffer a major defeat.
My biggest fear has been embarrassed, especially in front of like all these people, like worldwide. Then you be like, come this mean for that, like, like I ain't got time for that. I'm not trying to go out get my butt kicked.
Despite this, Davis remains confident ahead of his next fight. He dismissed any doubts about his ability to win, making it clear that he expects nothing less than victory. However, his choice of opponents continues to fuel criticism, as many believe he is avoiding the toughest challenges that would solidify his legacy.
Like, bad, like I can't do it. I don't want to be embarrassed, bro. It's just my pride. Some people be made for it, some people don't. He's not going to win. You better be ready.
While Gervonta Davis continues to face smaller opponents, he keeps getting called out by high-profile fighters. Teofimo Lopez recently criticized him for letting ego get in the way of major fights. Lopez urged Davis to prioritize business over pride, emphasizing that top fighters are willing to step into the ring if the right deals are made. He pointed out that while Davis engages in social media feuds, he needs to take real steps toward making these fights happen.
What do you make of Gervonta in all this picture? Like, can we see him get in the mix with you guys? Like, is that gonna happen?
He just needs to let go of his pride and ego. Just play business, bro. If you really want to fight us, that's how we make it happen.
Have you been seeing his tweets? That he's in this?
We all want to fight each other. I think so. What happened? We're gonna go over here. But I think overall we're all gonna want to fight each other.
Meanwhile, Logan Paul made a bold claim about Davis during a podcast appearance. When the topic of a potential fight between them came up, Paul dismissed the idea of Davis standing a chance against him. He argued that size plays a significant role in boxing, referencing his own experience against Floyd Mayweather Jr. Paul confidently further stated that despite Davis's skill, he would dominate him in a fight, making it clear that he believes the size gap is too great to overcome.
When you fight Gervonta, I feel like that's when you know people are really
nice.
know.
Gervonta's, bro, size matters. Unfortunately, I don't give a fuck how good you are. Like,
Okay.
I learned it when I fought Floyd. Like,
Right.
bro, size matters. Like, I would fucking kill Gervonta. He's.
Oh, damn.
I'm sorry.
Well, there we go.
Oh,
I'm sorry, Gervonta. You're a great fighter, but like, bro, stay in your lane and weight class.
Davis has yet to respond to these remarks. Interestingly, when discussing YouTube influencers as boxers in a recent interview, Davis completely ignored Logan Paul. He acknowledged Jake Paul's legitimacy as a boxer, stating that he respects Jake's dedication to training and his continuous improvement in the sport.
Do you think that it's fair to call them boxers now? If we talk about like Logan brothers.
I would say it's cool. I think it's okay to call Jake Paul a boxer.
Okay.
The only reason why I say that is because he do be in the gym. He's working on stuff.
However, Davis criticized the way influencer boxing operates, specifically mentioning Jake Paul's fight against Mike Tyson. He felt that the matchup was unnecessary, not because of Jake, but due to the significant age gap between him and Tyson.
But the way how he go about it, I feel as though like the fight that he fought Mike Tyson, I don't think he should have fought Mike Tyson. Only because of who Mike Tyson is and the age. And like, you know, it's certain stuff you don't do.
However, the most controversial part of his recent interview came when Davis spoke about his legacy, making a statement that many saw as overconfident. He pointed out the unpredictability of boxing, mentioning how multiple fighters in his weight class had briefly held undisputed titles. He used his win over Ryan Garcia as an example, seemingly trying to justify his own standing without directly addressing criticisms about his level of opposition.
Up and down in the sport was, when I say up and down in sport, it's like a lot of people don't know, but it been 3 and 4 people in my weight class that been undisputed type of thing, and they held it for like only a couple months. I beat Ryan beat Devin was undisputed. You get what I'm saying? Like it don't, like it's up and down.
Davis then made a bold claim, insisting that his influence in boxing is undeniable. He compared himself to legends like Floyd Mayweather and Sugar Ray Leonard, not just based on achievements, but on his journey.
Cause some people would discredit what I've done. Ain't gonna lie. My influence, my everything in the sport, just that alone, even coming from where I come from is,
Right.
like, you feel me? I feel like I'm already up there with whoever. Like Floyd Mayweather, Sugar Ray Leonard, all them people, far as like where I come from.
Right.
Not even like, you know? So I feel like that's my legacy right there.
However, this claim drew heavy criticism from both experts and boxing fans, as many believe Davis has yet to prove himself against top-tier competition. YouTuber Tone to Superstar acknowledged Davis's financial success, but questioned his credibility in the ring. He pointed out that fights against Ryan Garcia and Mario Barrios included rehydration clauses, which many view as unfair advantages.
Gervonta Tank Davis, your legacy is not complete You won at life. Congratulations. You got more money than me and a lot of people. You have won at life, generational wealth. But when it comes to the sport of boxing, it's musty.
Musty energy.
Like I said, a rehydration clause, weight drain Ryan Garcia.
He further called for Davis to face elite opponents back-to-back, naming Keyshawn Davis, Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney, and Teofimo Lopez without any tune-ups or easy fights.
A Mario Barrios, which he said on Instagram in a comment, you had him on a rehydration clause. We need Keyshawn Davis, Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez, all in a row. No skips, no tune-ups. We need you to run the gauntlet.
Brian Norman went even further, outright calling Davis pathetic for his career choices. He criticized Tank for not fighting the best in his division and compared him to past generations of fighters who were willing to take on anyone. Norman pointed out that previous greats, including his own son's generation, never hesitated to face top competition, unlike Davis, who continues to pick safer fights. His remarks reinforced the widespread belief that Davis is avoiding real challenges, adding to the growing scrutiny surrounding his career.
It's kind of pathetic. That's why I said about the generation before my son's generation, like when you got the Jerron Anderson and they saying they want to fight everybody. You got the Brian Norman, he's saying he want to fight everybody. You got the Jalea Hackett's, they saying they want to fight anybody. You got the Richardson Hitchison, he's saying he want to fight it. You know what I mean? So I like that. You got the Floyd Schofield proving that they want to fight anybody. You know what I mean? You know,
Gervonta Davis continues to face mounting pressure as top contenders call him out, questioning his willingness to take real fights. Ahead of his bout with Dennis Bittenchick, Keyshawn Davis didn't hold back, openly doubting whether Tank would ever send him a contract. He suggested that their personalities naturally clash, making for a great fight, but he wasn't convinced it would ever happen.
You know who it is. I just think he don't got the balls to fight me. I really just feel like he don't have the balls to fight me. Our characters like match up at the end of the day. Like he know I'm not going for none of that shit in the ring and outside the ring. You know, like people know me by now. You know, just like people know him. It's just more people that know him. So I don't think he really got the balls to send me a contract and fight me.
After securing victory over Baranchuk, Keyshawn made sure to keep the spotlight on Davis, calling him out with a direct challenge. Hey Gervonta, knock, knock. He made it clear that his goal was a world title fight, positioning himself as a real threat in the lightweight division. Boxing legends and analysts quickly weighed in on the potential matchup. Roy Jones Jr. didn't just see Keyshawn as a problem for Tank, he saw him as a problem for everyone. Jones expressed strong confidence in Keyshawn's ability to present a challenge for any fighter, underscoring the potential danger he posed in the ring.
Roy, does this version of Keyshawn present a problem for Tank?
For everybody. Not just Tank, he present a problem for everybody.
Facts.
Trust and believe it. Trust and believe it. He present a problem for everybody.
You think Keyshawn's growing in power?
Of course he is. Of course he is.
Congrats, Keyshawn.
Yeah.
Brian Bomac McIntyre, the trainer of Keyshawn Davis, also voiced his confidence in his fighter's chances against Tank. He predicted that Keyshawn would stop Davis in the later rounds, attributing his victory to the stylistic advantages Keyshawn holds over Tank.
You think Keyshawn, he could, you know, the way you're developing, he could beat Tank in a couple years, or what time?
He just called him out, so shit, obviously he got in his mind that he can beat him.
Terrence Crawford also added to the conversation, pointing out that Tank has repeatedly chosen opponents who aren't mentally strong enough to last against him. He made it clear that Keyshawn and Shakur Stevenson were the types of fighters who could truly test Davis, potentially handing him his first real defeat.
Hey man, my boy did his thing. I'm proud of him, I'm happy. He went out there and he did everything he needed to do to get the win, and now he's a world champion.
Did he look very calm and poised, like that B&B style, that offensive counter punch, and kick the shots well?
Of course, he was calm, he was posed, he was ready. You know what I mean? I told him go out there, enjoy the moment. I said, man, just go have fun and do your thing.
On the other hand, Shakur Stevenson also showed his willingness to take on Gervonta Davis, making it clear that he's ready to negotiate and step into the ring. Speaking with the Porterway podcast, Stevenson addressed the criticism he faces whenever he calls out top names, stating that people are quick to label him as clout chasing or jealous.
I mean, I said, let's fight. What else you want me to do? Like, we're in a new generation now, right? When I went and did that with Devin, I was clout chasing. I was all of these different things, right? Now, I say I go do the same type of stuff with Tank. They're gonna say, oh, he's clout chasing, he's jealous, he's this, that, and the third. We're in a new generation. These new people nowadays, they got all of these like
narratives
that they run with. So it's like, truthfully, bro.
Shakur emphasized that he's not making unreasonable demands, acknowledging his B-side status and expressing a willingness to negotiate. According to Stevenson, all he wants is the fight, but Tank's team has yet to make a move.
I said, let's fight. I said, send a contract, we can make, I done said, bro, I'm not even like no delusional nigga. I don't get out there and just say anything. So it's like, I'm not gonna act like I'm the A side or, oh, I deserve 50-50. Yo, bro, let's negotiate. Let's see where it goes from there. I know I'm the B side, but let's fight.
Meanwhile, Saudi boxing powerhouse Turki Alalshik has voiced his desire to see Gervonta Davis take on Shakur Stevenson.
Great and big fight. Because, you know, he's now in the mid of 30. We don't want to waste time.
In an interview with ESPN, Turki made it clear that while he respects Davis's talent, he believes Davis needs to face tougher competition. Turki's call for a Tank versus Shakur showdown adds to the growing demand for this high-stakes matchup, with many believing it could be the next major fight in boxing.
So you're giving an invitation to Gervonta Davis?
I don't take anything as a personal. I take it as I am professional.
Right.
I don't need to like you to talk with you.
But you appreciate Gervonta Davis's talent, it seems.
As a fighter, he's a great fighter, of course. No doubt about this. But we need to see him in big fights more and more.
Eddie Hearn also weighed in on the potential fight, calling it the best fight in boxing. He highlighted the significance of the matchup between two undefeated American fighters and multi-weight champions in the lightweight division. Hearn expressed hope that after their upcoming bouts, both fighters would be ready to face each other in 2025.
Shakur against Gervonta Davis is, for me, the best fight in boxing. I mean, talk about the lightweight division. It's the king of the lightweights. You know, two American fighters, two undefeated fighters, you know, multi-weight champions. Just a natural fight. But let's get through Schofield next Saturday. Hopefully fights Zapata, and then Tank, and that's the 2025 of Shakur Stevenson.
Former two-weight world champion Paulie Malignaggi has weighed in as well, stating that Shakur Stevenson would likely defeat Gervonta Davis. Malignaggi credits Stevenson's superior boxing skills, which he believes would give him the advantage in a matchup against Tank. According to Malignaggi, Stevenson's technical prowess would outshine Tank's raw power.
But Shakur Stevenson is the most cerebral fighter in boxing today. He's the best fighter. If he's looked at in the correct way, he will be the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world one day. This guy is the best pure boxer in the sport. Nobody can touch him. Nobody can beat him, including elite level guys. Shakur Stevenson would beat Gervonta Davis, and he'd make it look pretty easy. I'll tell you what, Gervonta's power is always a wild card, but Shakur Stevenson is way too good.
Mike Tyson, the legendary former heavyweight champion, finds the potential matchup intriguing but still favors Gervonta Davis. Tyson acknowledges the significance of Tank's knockout power, which he believes will be the deciding factor in the fight. While he sees Stevenson as a skilled boxer, Tyson ultimately believes Tank's power gives him the upper hand in this battle.
Yo, Mike, you can stay the whole show.
I'm fucking with you.
Matter of fact, let Mike stay for everything.
Yeah, Mike.
Who else
you got coming in
Mike
here?
gonna stay the whole show.
Nobody. Mike, who would win out of Shakur and Gervonta?
Yeah.
Gervonta Davis?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a good fight. That's a good fight. I like to go with Tank because of the, everyone's gonna go with Tank, but it would be a very interesting fight. You don't have to hurt him, you just have to outscore him. Shakur takes a good shot though, He's a specialist. That's why some fights that he doesn't look good in, because he's so superior.
Teddy Atlas, a highly respected trainer, has offered his thoughts on the fight, claiming that Tank Davis is the complete package. According to Atlas, Tank's versatility, experience, and strategic mindset would allow him to overcome Shakur Stevenson's tricky style. Atlas believes Tank is the only fighter who could potentially decipher Stevenson's skills and emerge victorious in this high-stakes bout.
Right now, he's in his prime. He can do everything. Forget about the fact that he's the hardest puncher and all of that, but he's also terrific counterpuncher, sets traps, can use his legs when he has to. He's patient when he needs to be patient, deliberate, cerebral, as both champions talked about. Right now, he's the full package. He's the complete package. I'll finish with this. He's probably the only guy I can think of beating Shakur Stevenson right now, because Shakur Stevenson is that difficult because of his style, because of his abilities, because of his eyes, because of his, his legs, and his hand speed, the way that he controls range. Tank Davis is the only guy that I can see that could possibly decipher that style and beat Shakur Stevenson. That's how good he is. That's why he's the man.
Canelo Alvarez has also chimed in, expressing admiration for both Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Davis. Alvarez acknowledges Stevenson's movement, which makes him difficult to hit, but ultimately favors Tank Davis due to his explosive power and aggressive fighting style. Alvarez believes Gervonta's ability to press forward and his sheer force would give him the edge in this exciting matchup.
Who would you say would win?
Look, Shakur Stevenson is a good fighter. He moves a lot, and it's very difficult to get hit. To hit him. But I like Gervonta Davis.
Okay.
He's a really good fighter. He hits hard, and he knows how to go forward. So I put my money on Gervonta.
However, there has been no response from Gervonta Davis as he continues to ignore Shakur Stevenson as a potential opponent. A frustrated fan expressed their thoughts, stating, "If you're a boxing fan and you do not want to see Gervonta Davis fight against Keyshawn Davis or Shakur Stevenson, then you're not a boxing fan. You're a Gervonta Davis fan." This shows how much real boxing fans are dying to see this fight. Gervonta Davis's refusal to face top challengers like Shakur Stevenson and Keyshawn Davis has not only frustrated fans, but also raised doubts among boxing legends and analysts. Names like Roy Jones Jr., Mike Tyson, and Canelo Alvarez have all spoken out, acknowledging the potential of these fights and urging Tank to take on the best. The longer Davis ignores these challenges, the more it reflects poorly on his desire to solidify his legacy as one of the greats. If you found this video informative, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates. What do you think? Will Tank ever take on Shakur or Keyshawn, or is he avoiding these challenges? Comment your thoughts below and stay tuned for more.